There's new information tonight about the man accused of hijacking a Metro bus last week and murdering a passenger who just finished a shift at Dodger Stadium. LA County DA George Gascon says the suspect has a long criminal history and he now faces a slew of charges that could land him behind bars for the rest of his life. And KCAL News reporter Tom Wade is here with the very latest on this, Tom.
Yeah, it's so awful.
Tragic.
Yeah, so tragic. And we are getting new information tonight, but there's still a lot of questions about why, how this all unfolded. The 51-year-old accused of terrorizing Metro passengers and murdering a man is charged with murder, as Pat said, kidnapping and carjacking. But the big question remains tonight, why did he do it? LA County DA George Gascon revealing new details about how last week's horrifying and deadly Metro bus hijacking unfolded. We now know there were a total of 6 victims, the bus driver and passengers who were aboard the bus when it was hijacked in South LA last Wednesday around 1 a.m. Passenger Anthony Rivera was shot and killed. DA Gascon says Rivera was not shot immediately. He says the accused gunman and hijacker, Lamont Campbell, waited several minutes before opening fire.
The individual was in the bus approximately 13 minutes, we believe, before he murdered the victim, and then it was actually some additional time before he went on to do some other crimes.
Gascon says Campbell used a handgun to kill Rivera and also robbed another passenger. Another passenger was hiding. Campbell also allegedly threatened the driver, who was behind a protective barrier. Campbell forced the driver to keep going. It took just over an hour for police to stop the bus. The SWAT team moved in and arrested Campbell as he barricaded himself on the bus. Campbell was supposed to be arraigned today, but didn't make it to court.
The sheriff was unable to bring him to court.
Did he refuse to go to court?
Not going to get into the details of that, but let's just say that the sheriff department was unable to bring him to court. The court has tools in order to ensure that he will be arraigned.
Campbell has a long criminal record. His most recent offense, a charge for selling drugs in 2020.
He does have an extensive record. I cannot get into all the details because it's an ongoing investigation, but I can tell you that it goes back to the early, well over 20 years. It's mostly, though, it's a record that has to do with drug-related offenses. There was some cases where there was some violence that did not lead to a prosecution, but this all goes back some years.
For the Rivera family, they tell us they won't stop until they get justice. Rivera's mother and other relatives gathered in Rosemead on Sunday for a tribute not far from where Rivera grew up.
I just miss him dearly. I mean, there's so much I want to say, and I just can't. I'm just dumbfounded that the way they took my son.
Rivera ended up on board the bus after a long shift working as a parking attendant at Dodger Stadium. The family heartbroken that he was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
He served in the National Guard. He worked for LAUSD. He most recently had a job at Dodger Stadium, and he was actually leaving a game late at night when he boarded that bus on that fateful day.
Gascon was asked about the motive. He said that was still under investigation. Metro says they are working on more ways to make sure the system is more secure as a deadly and violent year on Metro buses and trains continues. We've just seen so many of these tragic stories of people randomly killed there. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much, Tom.
Thanks, Pat.